Today's video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. If you haven't done it already, head down to the description before this video starts, click the link and download it completely free of charge on iOS or Android. Hello guys and welcome back to Deadline Day. We are on the 31st of August 2019 on this Charlton Athletic career mode. We've made a fair few signings throughout this transfer window and now it is time to get into the meat of the season and leave the summer transfer window behind us. So I'm just going to tick this clock down. Hopefully no major bids will come in. If anything major does unfold, I'll obviously refer to it and stop and see what we do. However, I do think that we've pretty much done all our transfer business, so I'm just going to do a little review, just go over all the players that we have got as a transfer offer comes in here for Jake Forster-Caskey. No, thank you. He is not going to Ghent. I think that is the same club that Dylan Phillips went to, but we don't want to sell Forster-Caskey. No way. The squad's already small enough, but we have a high caliber of player in there in every position and in the backups as well. So, as I said, we're going to progress this, and another offer comes in there for Naby Sarr. This is what I could consider. I don't think I'm going to accept it, but let's have a look. So a lot of centre-backs in the club at the moment. Foyt, Bauer, Pearce, Sarr, Mavropanos and Weber. So that's literally like 6 or 7 centre-backs there. Can we afford to let one of them go? Probably we're not going to get anybody in to replace Naby Sarr. That's good enough. But let me just check in case there is. So the only possible thing I can think of mustering up if we do sell Naby Sarr here is potentially to go for the release clause of this guy here, Marky Delgado, 780 grand release clause. So if we could barter them up to $1 million, we could get a midfielder in. So essentially swapping a centre-back for a central midfielder where we are lacking a little bit. Am I going to do that? I don't think so. I just don't think so. I think maybe we might do that in January, but for now, I just don't want anything to change, and I just feel like I'd kind of be doing it for the sake of it, so I'm going to ignore that. We will, however, maybe allow Song to go out on loan. That's fine. So if that goes through, that's great. We'll find out shortly if it does. So we are here on the 1st of January and Naby Sarr, let me put it this way, he survived. He survived the cut. We also had this transfer offer come in after deadline day from Galatasaray for Tariq Fosu, nearly 6 million. So we'll have to look at that one in great detail because that's a lot of money and we can maybe barter that up. Obviously he'd stay until January. Tariq Fosu is one of my favourite players, not just in the game, not just in this career mode, but in real life as well. So I'm not overly keen to get that over the line. We also had a couple of loan moves that fell through for Mao and for Song as well. And we've got a monthly squad report here. Bang Wang still chilling, Chen Yang still chilling, and Li Zheng still chilling. They're not ready to be promoted quite yet, any of those players. So this is a really weird thing. I've never seen this before. So obviously you guys can check back to the last episode and maybe even earlier on in this episode if I actually displayed the squad ratings. But Lanez, at 19 years old, has gone down this month from a 76 to a 75. I'm hoping this is a glitch. Forster-Caskey's also gone down some reason from a 70 to a 69. I think Foyt as well has gone down from a 73 to a 72. And Colombato's also gone down. Stengs has also gone down. I do not know why all of these young players have just decided to go down a rating. Mavropanos, another one who's gone down. So I really have no idea why this has happened. Hopefully it's a glitch. Hopefully as we progress they'll go back up to a 76 and you know, for Lanez and whatever else the other players were. But let's have a look at our signings. So let's start with Brahim Diaz. He's a loan player that's come in from Manchester City. He's 20 years old, 73 rated. Huge loan signing, will be really good in our championship season, I'm hoping. We also brought in Juan Foyt, the centre-back from Tottenham Hotspur. We needed a young centre-back. It was between him and probably Reece Oxford, who we had on loan. But I just felt like Foyt was matching the Argentinian theme that we had going on in the squad, as well as being a little bit higher rated, I believe. So he came in to fill the vacancy at centre-back. We didn't really have a vacancy as such, but I definitely wanted to strengthen that area of the pitch. Also, we brought into the club De Boer, Rody De Boer, 22 years old, a Dutch goalkeeper. He's come in to fill the boots of Dylan Phillips, who left. He's a couple ratings lower than Dylan Phillips. However, I think he's got a better potential, and I just like the look of him. He was very solid in our game a couple of episodes ago as well against Nottingham Forest. We also signed Colombato. We got him on loan from, I can't remember which club from, but he's another Argentinian central midfielder, quite young, left-footed, sort of similar to Jake Forster-Caskey and Joe Aribo. and he's a good little player that can come in and fill our midfield vacancy when he needs to. We also signed Devechi on a free contract from last season, cautious with crosses, 24 years old and Argentinian as well. He's more or less our backup goalkeeper now. Somebody we know well, Bonavaccia, he's come in. He's 27 years old. He's a really versatile midfielder, 5'7", and we know all about him. We've had him in previous Charlton career modes, and he's a really, really good player, so nice bit of rotation available to us in the season. We also signed Calvin Stengs, the left-footed right winger from the Netherlands, 20 years old and 6'2". Reminds me in many ways of a sort of younger Dutch Leroy Sané. And again, lots of nice stats other than his finishing, which we really need to work on before he starts playing sort of week in, week out for us. Suzuki, another player we signed, a 6-foot Japanese striker who can play left mid and right mid as well. Very, very similar in stats to Lyle Taylor, so looking forward to seeing what more he can offer us. Down here we signed Mavropanos from Arsenal, really good promising Greek centre-back from Arsenal as well. We signed Weber, who's a 6'3" French centre-back. We signed him on a free contract as well. And I think that is pretty much all of the signing. So that is pretty much just going over everyone we've brought into the club. I'm again hoping that these ratings are going to go back up to what they previously went up to. I think Fosu as well was a 74. What is going on here? Anyway, we'll ignore that for now. We'll advance through to our next game in the Championship, and we'll see if we can pick up another win. Wow, okay, so guys, I've just gone into the meeting room with the manager of Galatasaray, and they've agreed to buy Tariq Fosu, whose market value, by the way, is 4.3 million. They've agreed to spend 8.1 million. It's a sad day, because I kind of half didn't want it to go through, but when you're doubling the value of the player, I don't know, I think is that a good deal? I suppose so. So Tariq Fosu, who's on blistering form, by the way, and that's probably part of the reason why Galatasaray were willing to spend so much money on him, is going to Galatasaray. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but, you know, we've got to move on. We've got to look towards the Premier League, and Tariq Fosu probably could have gone all the way with us, but 8-point-something million is going to be a really healthy amount of money in January to reinvest into the squad. So it would appear that those ratings for all those players that went down are going to stay that way, which is really annoying, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I don't understand why it's happened. I've never experienced it before in any career mode in my life, but we have got to deal with a lot of players going down in ratings, which is just so odd. Anyway, we have this game coming up now against Reading. So it's at the Valley. Reading are a team, they're actually below us in the league, a team that I think we can probably beat. So let's get into the sim right now. Actually, let's just double check that the squad is what I want it to be, and then we'll get into the sim. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Brahim Diaz is going to come in to the squad to replace Calvin Stengs, just because of that finishing. I think that Diaz's finishing is a lot better. They actually go 1-0 up through the striker Giacomakis. I think I've said his name right there, which is not great at the Valley. We do want to be grabbing a goal very soon to put this game back. Yeah, there we go. Tariq Fosu equalises for us. I have a feeling he's going to have a good goal scoring season for us. Colombato comes on for Aribo. Deek still puts us 2-1 up. Deek still's been on some crazy goal scoring form lately. 2 goals in a few games, which is great to see from the right back. But not something we knew that he had in his locker. And they equalise in the last minute, which is really disappointing in the 87th minute there. So Reading unfortunately hold us to a draw at the Valley, and I believe our next game is going to be against Norwich, so let's see how we tackle that one. So it breaks my heart, but there's confirmation that Tariq Fosu has been sold to Galatasaray for £8.1 million. We're going to get £6.5 million in the transfer budget when that does happen. Maybe in the future, maybe we can buy him back if we deem it necessary, because it is very heartbreaking to see him go, and that is always an option after a season or so. So Tariq Fosu gone but not forgotten. We have him until January, and then we're going to be able to invest that 6 and a bit million in another player. And look at that, Tariq Fosu's gone up to a 74 again. Foyt and Lanez have stayed at 72 and 75, but apparently Fosu's gone back up. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just going to have to ignore the ratings for now. Deboa's also gone up apparently to a 70, but yeah, I have no idea what's going on with these ratings fluctuating. So here we are at Carrow Road, and we do obviously have a game against Norwich. I quite like their kit actually. I like what's going on the shoulders there. Not a massive fan of their sponsor though. And as you can see, look, on the sleeve, the EFL Championship logo. which is great. So let's have a look at how the two teams are going to line up for this game at Carrow Road. So Norwich City do have a fair few recognisable players in their ranks. They have Tim Krul in goal for one, Ivan Pinto, Zimmerman, Closer and Steeperman make up the rest of the defence. They've got Tribal and McLean in midfield, Buendia and Hernandez on the wings with Stephen Naismith, great player, and Timo Pukki as well, a great striker up front. Rody De Boer starts in goal for us. You can see our defence, you can see our midfield and our bench as well. I'm looking for somebody to make an impact here because nobody has really screamed I'm in massive form yet to me. So, apart from Tariq Fosu actually, it has to be said Fosu is on form. But let's see if anybody else, maybe Suzuki could come off the bench and make an impact. Maybe Grant could start his championship sort of form off for us. But let's get this game underway, see if we can grab the win. Deek still snuffs out the danger, and we're actually going to go on a counter-attack here. It's Tariq Fosu holding up the ball for us. Tariq Fosu does well to hold that. Going to knock it over to Diaz, who finds a Rebo. Can see a lot of people making runs here. It's going to be Diaz right through to Fosu. He's going to knock it over here. This has got to be a goal from Lanez, and it is. Diego Lanez scores the goal that puts Charlton 1-0 up at Carrow Road. Diego Lanez with his left foot there. Really, really nice finesse, and he does a nice celebration to match it. Nicely played there. 11 minutes on the clock, and Charlton have already gone 1-0 up. And by the way, that breaks my duck. The Charlton fans going a bit potty up there, and yeah, that breaks my personal duck of not being able to score in the matches in this career mode, and that was a really nice way to end it. So fair play, 1-0 Charlton. Spider-Man, oh, I don't know what his name was really, but he fires a shot in and it's a corner ball to Norwich now. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Is this a penalty? I didn't even see what happened. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a penalty now, is it? Oh, you never get away with that online. That is such bollocks. Alright, let's see if De Boer can step up to the plate here. He's going all the way back and he's putting it to the right. He's chipping it and he's hitting the bar. Bloody good job as well, because that was never a penalty. I didn't even press the tackle button. And that was a pretty horrendous penalty from McLean. So we got let off the hook there, but it never should have been a pen in the first place. Okay, 1 foot's gonna pile drive forwards now. Has he got a cross on him? Let's see. 1 foot in the box. Oh! But all the way through to Kroll there, and there was a bit of acrobatics from Colin Grant, who is actually injured. Maybe I need to protect him. Let's get Suzuki on, because I don't want him to have a long, complicated injury. So, as you can see in the top left, Suzuki has come on the field for Colin Grant, just purely to protect Colin Grant's potential injury. Don't want to make it any worse. So Suzuki comes on. Can he make an impact? Over to Forster Kaski. Another ball here for Diego Lanez. Tries to take it on his left foot, but the defender read it. We're going to try again. And we're in the box now with Suzuki. Suzuki still to Aribo. Aribo with the shot! And saved by the keeper. Ball comes in from Norwich. De Boer claims it well. I'm really liking this keeper. He's not, again, I keep reiterating this, he's not as high rated as Phillips, but he feels better than him. Here come Norwich again. De Boer with a save at his near post there. He really has that near post covered a lot better, and I know I keep slagging off Dylan Phillips, and he was good in his own right, Dylan Phillips, but I just feel like sometimes he used to get beaten from those kind of efforts, and De Boer has been really solid for me this game. Corner ball here for Norwich. It's about to be half time, and that is a really weak corner from Norwich. Really, really awful. It's going to go out for a throw, I believe, and it's probably going to be half time now. Is that the half time whistle that's just gone? I believe it is. Yes, it is, and we are currently taking an advantage into the second half here. It's 1-0. Diego Lanez's early goal separates the two sides. Every single other match is currently a draw, either 0-0 or 1-1. So if we can double this lead, I'll be very, very happy, and in my eyes that'll be a really good result. And let's try and keep it shop up the other end, shall we? Here comes Hernandez for Norwich. Really, really nice. And is that onside from Pukki? It is onside. What a really pinpoint cross there. And Pukki, no surprise, does manage to get on the score sheet. He's a good striker in this league, and not a lot I could really do about it, to be honest. It was just on the absolute money from the cross. Let's have a look at the replay, shall we? A look at this, just knocked back, really quick dribble in, takes it inside, and kind of sleeping there, one of our centre-backs. I think that might have been Foyt, actually. It might have been Bauer, it might have been Foyt, whoever that is there. Pretty poor defending, to be perfectly honest. Oh, look at that. Beautiful from Beautiful from whoever released Naismith there. I don't actually know which player it was, but it was a great pass. And Naismith just fires it wide. That is really fortunate. And Norwich are really turning it on in the second half. And Rolly Bonavaccia, the number 24, comes on to replace Joe Aribo. 15 minutes left. Fosu knocks it over here. It's really well worked. It's Suzuki. Suzuki, shoot! Oh, it's a good save from Tim Krul there. And Suzuki probably could have done maybe a little bit better, but it was a good save. I didn't know whether to go inside or on the outside there. Maybe it was the angle, but unlucky from Suzuki, really. Corner's going to come in now from Fosu, and away it goes. So 82 minutes on the clock, and there is a corner ball here for Norwich. That's got to be away from Lanez. Didn't do quite well enough, didn't read it fast enough for me, but it is another corner. They're maybe going to go short this time, are they? They are. It's going to be Hernandez who tries to cross it for a handball for me. From Forster-Kaski, but it's not turned on, obviously. And ball comes in. Oh, thought that had gone past the Boa and into the back of the net, but it does go wide. 6 minutes for Charlton to salvage all 3 points from this game and hopefully not concede in the meantime. So this is going to be the last attack of the game. Please do not score, Norwich. Please do not score. Here comes Hernandez in the box, and Pukki. Oh, great save to Boa. He's saved a point for us here at Carrow Road, and that is the full-time whistle. And the second half was just so difficult. Oh, it's not even full-time, guys. It's actually a substitution, but I think it will be full-time after this ball goes up the pitch. And will the full-time whistle blow, or will we have another chance? It is the full-time whistle this time, yes. So, we do take a point at Carrow Road. It's, again, another just decent result. I do want to just blow somebody away, have a really good game, but at least I've made up for my goal drought. There was the goal in the 11th minute from Diego Lanez. Really nice left-footed finesse around the keeper. And eventually it earns us a point here at Carrow Road. So yeah, second half they really turned it on a little bit more than Charlton did. 10 shots to our 5. Player ratings wise, Diego Lanez was our best player. 7s and 6s across the board from everybody else. And for Norwich it was Hernandez, which I completely agree with. Him or Pukki for me, with the man of the match. So let's move on to the next game, guys. So we're 16th in the league now. You can see we are progressing to this game against West Bromwich Albion. Hong Hui Song wants to go to CF Rayo. To be honest, none of these loans are actually materialising, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. So yeah, we're 16th right now. My aim is by January to be around about mid-table at a minimum, and then hopefully in the second half of the season, when our players have raised in rating a lot more, we can push up for the top 6. That's what I'm hoping for. And we'll see if it happens, but as for this very moment, we do have a game against West Brom at the Valley to contend with. Before that though, Toby Bell has come back from Paraguay with 3 players for me. Now, Silvio Segura and Fausto Fuentes, I don't want them. They're only potential 72 and 71 maximum. However, Lisandro Villalba, I don't know if I'm saying Villalba, I don't know how to say this guy's name, which is great considering I really want to sign him. But Lisandro Villalba, let's just call him Villalba for now. He is 73 to 94 potential, so let's leave him for now. Let's reject these two. And let's keep our eye on this Lisandro guy because he could be a bit of a weapon. So let's end things off with this game against West Brom then. No idea how this is going to go. West Brom obviously really high caliber team at this level of football. And you can see we've made a couple of changes. Pearce has come in at centre-back to replace Bauer. I think actually that might be the only change. But Pearce does pick up a yellow card. Then he puts us 1-0 up. So bloody good job we put him in there. That's a great thing to happen in the first half, I suppose. It's still 1-0 going towards the 60th minute. Are we going to make any changes? We must be playing pretty well out there. 20 minutes of the game remaining. Now it's 10 minutes of the game remaining. It could be a 1-0 victory for Charlton here at the Valley, and it is. Really great result to end things off there. You can see some really nice players for West Brom. Some Premier League quality players there as well. Hegazi, Gibbs, Livermore, Brunt, Robson Carnu, Neom, etc, etc. But we take the 3 points here, and that was a really good performance. And Jason Pearce, what a shout that was to put him in for that game. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Our next episode, we'll see us take on the likes of Millwall. There we go. What a way to start it. Away at the Den next episode. That is going to be a great game. Then we have Brentford, and then we have a week off followed by QPR at home. So some big games next time. We are currently 15th in the table. 11 points to our name. Millwall actually down here in 22nd. 11 points to our name, and we're only 3 points off of 7th, to be fair. So we're doing all right, guys. We're doing all right. We're trotting along in the Championship, and we're about mid-table. So Make sure you leave a like on this one for me, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell as well if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. Cheers guys, I'll see you later, and sweet.